Throughout this Lenten series, I will continually remind the reader, watcher, or listener that my goal is not to focus on the traditions of the Church, as valuable and as precious as they are to me. What I want to do is help as many people as possible join me in a discovery of some basic, valuable, challenging, and beautiful elements of what Lent might offer, regardless of your religious affiliation or even if you're not involved at all. Ash Wednesday marks the first Sunday of Lent and carries a lot of baggage for many of us. It's incredibly important in the life of the Church, so that's why you see all kinds of posters and bulletins and Facebook posts and announcements of special services. And in your parishes, if you are a churchgoer, the clergy will encourage you to attend worship. They will encourage you to make a commitment this Lent, to make it count. And somewhat clergy struggle because it makes them feel guilty if their churches are not packed with people and they don't have these stories of resounding success to report. It can be tough. And I want to say to you that the heart of this is a good intent. Many of us just don't want numbers to increase. We want to make a difference in your life. Please accept that. Ash Wednesday marks a commitment to a journey, but it assumes to a point that the pilgrim, that would be you, has already spent some time in self-reflection, maybe praying, and is ready to make a public commitment to a 40-day traditional journey that follows the path of Jesus. And so my question, and what I'm about during this series, is this. What about us who have no connection to the Church? What about us who have no connection to the traditions? How in the world, if anything, can I get something out of Lent? Well, let me tell you, it's not just about Lent. Lent is a time, though, that sort of demands the attention. And what I'm trying to do is help you somehow network into that energy. And for those of you who are church members and are watching me, thanks for being here. Don't you be too hasty in thinking that question doesn't apply to you. It's worth thinking about. So let me say this to you. Ash Wednesday is not about fixing anything. Ash Wednesday is not about blaming yourself or others for bad relationships or choices that you or someone else has made. It's not about some church having the right answers to what's wrong in your life. It's not about blame. It's not about judgment. It's about realizing something. It's about realizing that the world and this universe can be very cold and indifferent. And it's about realizing that in the midst of that coldness and indifference, we have a longing for meaning, to be loved, to be known, to know that our time here is not a waste. And that in that search, we too can become cold and indifferent to other people and to what's going on around us. Sometimes we feel like we're in a trap. Sometimes we have become cold and indifferent to the struggle of warmth and love trying to grow in the midst of all that. I don't want you to miss that in your life. Lent, Ash Wednesday, it's about realizing we can't fix everything in spite of how hard we've been trying. It's about realizing that in many ways we are trapped by our wealth, by our indifference. We are trapped by the way we've responded to people who have hurt us over the years. Or we are trapped by our frustration that we haven't been able to get the things we want. We are trapped by selfishness and fear, longing, wealth, poverty, and self-delusion. Ash Wednesday can be the beginning of a journey of discovery. The voyage is about acknowledging that this expedition is essential for your well-being. And whether you take it in a church setting or outside, the invitation is there for you. At some point in your life, you realize that, yeah, I need to get refocused. Where can I go for that? So, as I said, it's about acknowledging that this journey, this expedition, is essential for your well-being. And it's essential because the influence that you have on people you love might need to be looked at too. So this realization should make you feel sorry. It should. But not pathetically sorry, or filled with self-pity or loathing, but as a gateway to a new, richer, more meaningful life. Because now you have become humble enough to realize that maybe you do need some help. And you're ready for it. For some, that might mean going to church. It might mean receiving ashes on your forehead as a sign that you are sorry because the things you did have offended God or offended your neighbor. But what about you? Think about the gift that your life is. And if you reach the point where you say, I'm sorry, awesome. You're headed in the right direction. As I said, for some, they want to practice an outward sign of going to church and have someone put these ashes on their head, and you'll hear the words, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. For some, it's just about coming to church to be in a traditional setting, to hear the words, and allow the Spirit to move within you. These things can be wonderful. But how about you? You don't need ashes. But we all need to reach a point where we can say, I'm sorry. I need to open my heart. I mean it this time. Please help me. I'm here. Welcome to Lent. I'm inviting you to join this little blog. Leave a few comments. Send me a note by email if you want prayer, you want to have a chat. I'll find the time for you. And certainly, by all means, if you feel the need to go to a church, please go. You'll be more than welcome in any of our churches. Welcome to Lent. Welcome to Ash Wednesday.